So,
I apologize for background noise, I guess.
you were so quiet?
I am so quiet.
You are the background noise?
I am the background noise.
So you're apologizing for yourself, which I guess is okay.
I guess so.
Okay. So now that stuff is working.
Oh, I guess you unhit the pause button. Anyway,
So it's been 20 seconds.
It's been about 20 seconds.
Nothing's happened yet?
Not really, no.
But you're still listening, and that's an achievement in and of itself. Or you just skip the first 20 seconds. Because somebody
Which
said,
is what I would recommend.
hey, stuff started, but it started, after the first 50 seconds.
I'd say after the first minute.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're listening to this now, skip to the end of the first minute.
Yes, after they skip to the end of the first minute, just have them skip to the end of the first minute.
I feel like we should talk about important things right now. Well, they've already skipped us. Oh.
And time.
Okay, so if you skipped, you're here now. So this is the thing with the Stuff podcast.
Yeah, we're a non-profit, unless you give us money.
In which
Nobody's
case, I
planning
guess
on giving
they
us
profit.
money.
So what are we doing today?
Today, we're having our first episode, or our 12th episode, or maybe just our first episode.
This is just our first episode.
Or maybe our 12th episode.
No, it's just our first
We're
episode.
having our first episode
Okay.
in the future.
Yep.
After our first 11 episodes.
Yes.
Yep.
So yeah, topics.
We're talking about stuff
So the Flash.
like The Flash.
The Flash.
So, The Flash has been going on for a season now. It's a good amount of time, I guess. Second season is starting in December. Or maybe before then. We're not sure. The Flash is an amazing show. I love it. It's a great show. It's amazing. And I love it. And those are all the things I'm going to say about it. But unlike me, my
Host.
co-host, my co-conspirator, Danny here, has...
Should we have introduced ourselves?
Nope.
They'll figure it out eventually.
Danny is my co-conspirator. I'm my own me. Anyway, Danny here had 3 or 7 or a million problems with it.
Okay, so we made a list.
He made a list.
And some notes.
He made a list.
And then, now that I'm reading these, I don't know what part of them mean. So, anyway.
No, that makes sense.
Okay, so, I have some problems that I'm going to address.
And I'm going to address his problems and make them go away.
First of all, in general, pretty good TV show. Yes.
Pretty good, he means amazing.
Okay.
It's great, you should watch it. The second season's probably going to be terrible.
Like Arrow.
The
second season was fun.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So what I'm listening to isn't Batman. What is this? It's not Batman.
Akshay keeps listening to
I
things
was listening
that
to Batman,
aren't this.
but now it's not Batman.
Okay.
But that's
I'll just wait for you to sort out your sound problems.
No.
Okay. So anyway, the metahuman boxes.
The what?
The metahuman boxes.
The metahuman prisons.
The metahuman
They're not
boxes.
They're prisons. They're prisons for people who would definitely be killed or whatever.
They would just go to jail or have counseling.
How would they go
Most
to jail?
Most of those people didn't need to go to the prison.
Yeah, they did.
No, they didn't.
They killed people on purpose.
Not all of them.
All of them went to the prison, yeah.
No, the sound dude who wasn't even a metahuman.
Yeah, but he exploded a bunch of cars.
Yeah, but people ran out of those cars.
Some people ran out
of those cars.
I'm guessing
the point is no confirmed kills.
The problem is he knows the Flash's identity.
So
they can't let him out. Or else the Flash dies. And then the season's over. And that would be terrible.
But they can just take away his weapons and stuff.
What are they going to do? Take away his memories of the Flash?
Well, he gets away anyway and nothing bad happens.
When did he get away?
He got away when he was talking about what happened to Ronnie.
He got away?
With Cisco, yeah. And then he beat up Cisco and got away.
Yeah.
That happened. Yeah. Nothing bad happened. He didn't need to go to the box.
He had to go to the box. If he knew he was going to die, because he was definitely going to die because he killed like people in cars. If he knew he was going to die, he wouldn't have cared. He would have exposed the Flash, and that would have been bad for the Flash.
Maybe he didn't know he was going to die.
He didn't die.
Anyway, so
I'm sorry.
that's good. So
So the boxes are okay.
the boxes are terrible, and then like the teleporter lady, she didn't kill anyone.
What if the boxes aren't that bad? What if they're like
How do
nice
they
boxes?
give them food or water?
It's just piped in, man. Tubes go in, tubes go out. I bet they
What
got
about the
TV.
gas person?
What do you mean? I bet that
He
it's
go
like
through a tube.
superfine microfilter.
So they give them gas food?
Dude, do they even need to eat? Like, seriously, it's made out of
No,
gas.
okay. The human guy that I was talking about with the sound stuff needs to eat.
Yeah, but he also doesn't need, like, a superfine microfilter.
That's true.
The gas guy, does he need to eat? He's made out of freaking gas.
I mean, I know, because Barry Allen has to eat, like, a whole bunch.
yeah, but
Because his
that's
powers
because
make him...
he's not
like,
made out of
weak.
gas.
I think he needs to eat, is the point.
I don't think he needs to eat made out of gas.
this is
You know,
an important
He's
question.
innocent until he's proven guilty, so until we
Ah.
see him eat, he doesn't need to eat. Even if we do see him eat, he might not need to eat. He might just like eating.
Also, they after like thinking about it for like 3 minutes, they come up with the system to have power dampeners
Yeah.
in a semi truck. They could just build a normal prison with power dampeners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got nothing to say. Obviously, it's more of a plot thing because Harrison Wells wasn't Harrison Wells and wanted to do stuff, evil things, to do evil stuff. So he locked everybody up for his evil plans.
But he didn't need them for his evil plans. He used like 2 of the people. One of them to save himself. That was the guy who could turn himself into metal. He used to fight the electricity dude, and then he used the shapeshifter to trick everybody when he got away.
So he needed 2 dudes, and it would be hard for him to like justify the capturing of those 2 dudes if he hadn't captured anybody before.
But he didn't know that they existed. I don't know. The future's weird.
He's
Anyway,
from
we'll
the
move
future.
on.
I mean, we all know like the what's it called? The particle accelerator explodes in the future, so he knows stuff.
That's true.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that either. Is the particle accelerator, does that just happen way later?
Yeah,
And why is Barry Allen like hundreds of years old in the future?
he's not.
Yeah, he is, because he's alive then.
Didn't he die
And
in
his birth doesn't
2040?
change.
And it's like
No,
the
he
Flash
disappears.
disappears. Red mists threaten to encircle the Earth.
Yeah.
There was an entire thing about that.
I think that had to do with the Reverse Flash going back in time and changing things.
I
But
don't
I'm
know.
actually not sure.
I don't think no.
I don't know how
think
any
it
of
was-
that time travel
'Cause
shenanigans
I remember
happened.
back in the start of the season, I thought he went back in time in order to stop the Red Mist by training Barry Allen. That's what I thought.
That would make sense.
I mean, that didn't happen because he was like super evil.
Yeah.
Like more evil than the usual brand of evil.
Although he was really cool. But yeah, the future shenanigans don't make sense. Anyway, we'll just move on from these inhumane prisons.
Boxes are fine.
Boxes aren't fine.
They're not people, Danny. They don't have rights by the Geneva Convention.
One of them is people.
What?
Sonic Guy is a person.
Oh yeah, so that guy was just really evil though.
Not really. He was trying to expose Harrison Wells.
He was trying to explode the Flash from the inside.
He was trying to expose Harrison Wells, and that's the actual answer. Anyway, we'll move on now.
Anyway,
So, all of the metahumans, they're all crazy.
except for the Flash. And
Maybe Bomb Lady?
Plastique.
Bomb Lady?
Plastique.
Okay.
Girl Gambit.
She dies.
She makes
She
stuff
explodes.
explodable.
How does
I
she
should
eat
be working,
food?
goddamn it.
How does she
I'm
eat
distracted.
food?
Maybe she eats bomb food, and that it's like regular food for her.
That makes sense. Anyway,
They're not all. Most of them were already psychos.
yeah, they were all
Weather
criminals.
wizards. Both of the weather wizards were criminals.
Also, But it made like non-psycho people crazy, like the electricity guy, who was just on an electricity pole, and then he gained electricity powers.
That's because he had to eat people.
That's true.
That
Never
would
mind.
make anybody crazy.
I'm probably not going to use this.
But like all the people that got powers,
That's
entirely
not
insane.
Batman.
I know. It's not
Your music changed again?
I'll probably
Yeah,
not
and it
gonna
changed
use
to not Batman.
Okay. Anyway.
Most of them were psychos because, I don't know, because they weren't human.
Yes, they were.
No, they weren't.
There were psychos before they were human.
There were some who were psychos before, but there were some who weren't psychos before.
That's true.
Like Electricity Dude who ate people.
Yeah.
Or he ate their soul or something. Never really
But, like,
understood
The
how that
only
worked.
people that it made, like 90% of the people that it made into metahumans, crazy. Like already.
Yeah. Because it just does that. Like, stuff happens, Danny. Maybe some people got powers and just nobody cared. Like, they just went around their lives and they just didn't do anything.
That'd be great.
Like,
Like
the
if that was a
Flash
TV show,
Fights,
the Flash spin-off, and it's just people in an office who have powers.
they, like, mess with their coworkers and stuff.
Yeah. That'd be a special
The
kind of
Flash
great.
fights bad guys.
There's-
He doesn't just fight all of the metahumans. Because that would be racist.
But he kind of does.
But he also kind of doesn't.
There's a cracked video like series about people in an office gaining powers. It's kind of great.
Oh.
It's
Well, we
interesting.
don't care about that because
Yeah.
we're our own thing.
I'll
We're
show
ready.
notes it.
We're fantastic.
If I end up show notes-ing anything, I'll show notes
He's
it.
not going to show notes anything because we don't need that because we're better than that.
Anyway, so
Anyway.
Captain Hold and the Heat Dude.
Okay, Heatwave is super lame because unlike like the theoretical absolute zero and Captain Cold's cold gun, there's no like theoretical absolute infinity.
Heat, yeah.
Yeah, it's dumb. He's just got a really hot
It just
gun.
has a flamethrower.
It's not like a super unbelievably hot gun, even.
It's just no.
It's
It's
not like
just a
sun
flamethrower.
hot.
It doesn't even melt things.
Captain
Like it's
Cold's
just a
Cold
flamethrower.
gun is like absolute zero, which is super, super cold. But Heatwave's heat gun's just a heat gun.
It's just a flamethrower.
But that's
We've
not
had
Danny's
those
problem
since
with
Vietnam.
this. That's everybody's problem with this, but it's not Danny's specifically problem. with
Anyway, so I'm annoyed. We'll get to the Flash powers later
it. Yeah.
and general inconsistencies, but he should be able to run super, super fast, so they shouldn't be able to hit him with anything.
And this is the part where I remind both Danny and my viewers out there who are looking at a screen or something. What? Oh yeah, I meant listeners. This is my time to remind Danny
Maybe
and all
a
of my
YouTube
listeners.
video. I'm really not sure
All
yet.
of my listeners, all of my 4 listeners,
Maybe
that Flash gets his powers from magic.
that is entirely true.
In the comics, there's a thing called the Speed
that's
Force.
in the TV show too. They mentioned that
Kind of.
a little bit.
But he gets his powers from pretty much the god of speed. It does stuff and it makes him fast and it's magic.
But like it's shown that at one point he can run faster than the cold ray
Magic
gun.
is
So
inconsistent.
shouldn't he just be able to dodge it?
No, because the closer you get, the easier it should be. To
Yeah,
freeze
but
him.
he can just duck underneath it and like crawl faster than like the person can think.
Probably not, because it's magic.
Only works when you're specifically
Magic
running.
is inconsistent.
Also, like, does he think of everything in slow motion?
It's magic. If he wants to speed up his brain, he speeds up his brain. If he wants to speed up his body, I'm guessing he speeds up his body. Because it's not science, it's magic. And magic works always.
Also, it never talks about where the heat gun comes from.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't, because it doesn't come from Star Labs. It talks about where the cold gun comes from, which is Cisco makes. Which,
No.
let's stop for a moment.
Cisco doesn't
Two.
make the heat gun?
No, he doesn't. That's just in a box at the person he gets the freeze gun from.
Yeah. It's not.
But Cisco doesn't make the heat gun.
Aren't they all made? Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, Cisco makes the heat gun.
It's what?
You messed
No,
up,
he makes
man.
the second
Well,
heat
I
gun.
don't
He
know.
doesn't make the original heat gun.
Wait, what
Because he gets kidnapped.
was the original heat gun?
Remember, he gets kidnapped with his brother, and they have to make a cold gun, a heat gun, and a gold gun.
No, just
And
a
so he
cold
makes
gun.
those guns, but he doesn't make the original heat gun. He just makes the original gold gun.
Yeah, no, he made the original heat gun.
Also, it says absolute hot. And it's totally BS. Anyway.
No, he made the original heat gun.
Okay.
And then
The
he
internet
fixed,
says so.
the internet says so, and the internet
So
hasn't
it
been
must be
wrong
right.
yet.
Also, it's basically the Ghostbusters, but not really.
Yeah, that entire thing was... I mean, that was interesting.
Yes, Jonathan.
Would absolute hot be the speed of light?
It's not that hot, though. Because it
Yeah,
doesn't
the
just
gun itself
incinerate
isn't
everything.
absolute hot. Like, I can see the cold gun being
No,
absolute
like
cold.
it said when we looked it up, it was
Absolute
absolute
zero?
hot, which is not the case because it doesn't just
I guess
incinerate
absolute hot
everything near
would be
it.
the speed of light, but like
Yeah.
vibratory
But we
instead
don't know
of
what
like...
the speed of light is. That's only a conversion factor you can use in order.
What?
What? Okay, let's just move on, everybody.
We know what the speed of light is.
Also,
know
we're in a
exactly
room
what
with
the speed of
different
light is.
people, and that's what's
Okay.
happening right
They
now.
were mostly quiet until now, and now they're talking.
To know exactly.
No, Jonathan's
how fast
explaining the speed of light.
Okay, what is that?
It's like 2.99 times...
10 to the
It's like
17
It's a
I
big
think it's
number.
30
meters
something.
per second.
I think it's
No,
30
okay,
something.
so velocity.
That's around
Yeah.
2.99 times 10 to something because you round up.
Yeah. Anyway,
The speed of light is. Let's see.
You said you
I'm
knew
not
what-
sure how much you
exactly
can
what it
hear in the
was.
background conversations.
2.998 times 10 to the 8th meters per second.
So it's 2.998 times 10 to the 8th meters per
And that,
second.
pretty much, if you have the speed of
That's
light
just
and
how
it's
it is.
vibrating stuff, that kills
Meters per
everybody.
second squared, right?
So absolute heat would be shooting
What is the unit?
heat that makes everything it
Oh,
touches
okay.
vibrate
You
at the
said
speed
meters
of
per
light,
second?
Which would turn
Oh,
which
everything
would
into
turn
a gas.
everything into
I thought you said
dirt.
meters per second.
Because that's
It
the
would all
fastest it can
be
go. Like,
dirt.
everything gashiates eventually. Evaporates eventually, and it evaporates way before the speed of light.
It would all become derp.
So the heat gun is really dumb unless it's just a flamethrower.
Yeah,
The gold gun is weird, though.
that doesn't make any sense either.
Like, why do they have a gold gun?
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
I get all of the guns that aren't gold guns. Heat, cold, makes sense. Gold, nothing.
The
Yeah,
gold gun. Really, really dumb. Cisco makes the cold gun, and apparently the heat gun for whatever reason.
uh-huh.
But he makes the cold gun to stop the flash. Totally makes sense. And everyone hates him for it. And then later on, the Flash gets mind controlled.
So,
And they could have just totally used the heat gun to stop him.
you mean the
If they
freeze gun?
still, yeah, the freeze gun. If they still had the freeze gun.
No.
Also, I'm thinking that the heat gun they made to make him faster.
What?
Because if the cold slows him down, then
He's
maybe the
not
heat speeds him
fireproof.
up. Well, his suit is fireproof.
It's not that much fireproof.
He gets hit by the heat gun and he doesn't burn to death.
Yeah, but he gets hit and he doesn't speed up.
You don't know that. There's the freeze gun at the same time. Cancelled out, maybe. I don't know.
What? Maybe that's
That
why
would
he
make
didn't burn
sense.
to death.
Anyway, but yeah, Cisco, totally a good idea to make that.
No, because the thing is that Harrison Wells knew that Flash was going to be a good guy.
Yeah,
He
but
needed Flash
no one
to go to
else
the future.
knew that the Flash was
That's
going to
why
be a
they
good
got-
guy.
The thing is, assuming from the start that he's going to be a bad guy, that's terrible. He's a
No,
good guy.
that's-
He worked for the
It's
police.
precautions. Let's talk Batman.
Whoa.
Yes, Jonathan.
Wait, so while all the events of the Flash are taking place, Star Labs and everything, what is Wayne Enterprises doing?
Wayne Enterprises may or may not exist in this universe.
We're not sure. Anyway,
Alternatively,
let's talk
Bruce Wayne went
Batman.
on a vacation because his parents are dead and he hasn't come back yet, and Wayne Enterprises is just like selling stocks or whatever.
Anyway,
I don't-
Batman-
I want the normal universe.
Hey, yo.
I don't know how stocks work.
Am I allowed to use, like, Google Drive on?
Have you ever considered that
Raven.
you
Bruce
should be.
Wayne's parents being murdered is probably the best thing that has ever happened to
Wow.
Gotham
I
City?
feel like you can only hear this as a one-sided
No, that's
conversation.
terrible.
Anyway, so coming back, let's talk
Coming
Batman.
back to the important people at this table.
So, Akshay, you were in fact a Batman fan?
What? Yeah, I like Batman.
So, how do you feel
He's a
about...
red-blooded American. He's an American hero, just like me.
How do you feel about Batman's, all of his contingency plans for people?
I feel like they are needed sometimes.
Exactly.
Like,
That's why the freeze gun
but
exists.
mainly it's like Batman has a plan for Martian Manhunter, right? You know who also has a plan for? Martian Manhunter's evil brother. Are they the same plan? Yeah, of course they're the same plan, except I think one of them isn't telepathic. I don't know if that changes his plan.
Anyway,
But the thing is,
yeah.
his plan for the Martian Manhunter is the same plan for his evil twin brother. It's alright for Batman to have a plan for Martian Manhunter's evil twin brother.
But what about, like, Superman?
He's got a plan for Brainiac and or General Zod. Same plan. They have the same powers.
What about Wonder Woman?
He doesn't have a plan for her.
Yes,
just
he
beats her up.
does. It's a plan for everybody.
Well, then his plan for her is the same plan for, like, the Joker or whatever. Just beat her up.
Okay. But yeah, so Cold Gun, it was a great idea.
Oh, no. Wonder Woman had a half-sister or a stepsister or something. Everything is still
Comic
good.
books are dumb. Anyway.
Point is, Batman's plans aren't just for the
I was
Justice
gonna say,
League.
what about the Green Lantern? And I realized that totally makes sense too.
Yellow Lanterns.
Exactly.
Red Lanterns.
All of the other
Purple
lanterns.
They already have Google.
Other purple lanterns. Black lanterns.
Anyway, so
Yeah.
now let's talk about Arrow in the Flash universe. It relies on it a lot. It has random nonsense that happens.
Relies on what?
Arrow,
Watch it,
like
sure.
that crosses
You can
over in
add it.
nonsense a whole lot of time. And like Felicity comes and stuff happens and it doesn't make sense and it's pointless.
They're two TV shows and they're close to each other.
Also, anyway, so that's not what I wanted to talk about regarding this.
Wait.
I wanted to talk about where the episode, where as we said earlier, the Flash gets super mind controlled, sorta, I guess.
Yes.
Or he gets like super angry and stuff, and he fights the Arrow, and
With
the Arrow
red
wins.
guy, the guy who makes people's eyes red.
Yeah, and
Red
the Arrow
Raider.
wins.
Rainbow Raider?
I don't know.
His name was something dumb.
It was something dumb.
Psycho Pirate.
I don't know. Anyway, but the Arrow wins.
Grey Gargoyle.
What do you mean?
What?
Yeah, he's finished.
Anyway, yeah, but they fight, and the Arrow beats him. Like,
Yeah.
that shouldn't happen.
Because Arrow's a fighter. Flash is just a guy that moves
my
fast.
But he should just be able to punch the Arrow faster than the Arrow can move, like, physically.
Arrow's a thinker and a fighter, and arrows move really fast.
But he's not an Arrow, he's a person.
His name's Arrow.
God. He's Connor.
I mean,
Yeah.
arrows in general, you put a lot of energy into them, and they move really fast.
Turn off, though.
But he's not an Arrow, he's a person.
And Arrow's it's just what I said. Arrow's a thinker, Arrow's a fighter.
Oh, yes.
Oh, also, spoiler
Flash is
alert.
just a guy who moves
Yeah.
fast.
Spoiler alert
Just
for all of
moves
the Flash.
Oh, yeah.
Spoiler alert for all of the
Yeah.
Flash.
We should put that in the
Oh,
front.
We should cut that to the front. Anyway,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to, because I don't know how
Dude,
to
we
do
put
things
it in
yet.
our title, and we're good.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Or maybe that's
we'll
our
just,
picture.
We'll just name this episode Spoiler Alert for all of the Flash, and we're solid.
Yeah.
Okay,
Instead of making like introduction episodes,
Yeah.
they still have no idea who we are.
so weird things happen. I think
No,
they might have
Arrow's a
gotten their
thinker and a
name.
fighter, and thinkers and fighters beat guys who can move fast all the time.
Also, okay, let's talk about
You know,
multiple men.
Arrow's not going to beat the Flash in a foot race because the Flash can move really fast, but the Flash isn't going to beat Arrow in a fight because Arrow's a fighter.
Let's talk about yes, Jonathan.
The Flash can move really, really fast.
That's what I'm
though.
saying. Like faster, he can move fast enough to vibrate through a wall. He could just
Arrow's a
vibrate through the
thinker.
Arrow and instantly kill him.
Basically. That's how.
We're going to think.
Anyway, so
Arrow's a thinker and a fighter. And also, the Flash hasn't been fighting yet. He's not. He doesn't know his top speed. He doesn't know his bottom speed. He
that's true.
hasn't
That's before
vibra-
he vibrated through things.
He hasn't vibrated through anything yet, and he
Ooh.
doesn't have like super perception
Thanks,
yet.
Let's talk about him vibrating through things while we're on this subject. He vibrates. He has a thing on his wrist, right? He
Yeah.
vibrates through a wall to get it off. Why does his entire suit and stuff not also fall off?
So that's gay.
but scientifically speaking,
Scientifically speaking, he vibrated at the right frequency in order to give his suit the right frequency to vibrate through the wall, but he didn't vibrate at the correct frequency in order to make the bracelet vibrate at the right
how
frequency.
does he know
His
that?
suit is skin tight and
Oh,
magic.
oh,
He's powered by
bitch.
magic.
Okay.
Fuck you,
Do we
you
want
know?
to
That's
skip
what
to the
it's
other
about.
things about the suit, or just keep going down in order?
Nope, go to the suit if you want to go to the suit.
Okay, so it's suit. It's like the Batman's utility belt. It has a defibrillator in it.
It stores up his static energy in order to power his communications and stuff. Yeah, you got a
But
defibrillator.
it doesn't do that for the defibrillator. It's built for firemen.
It's built for firemen because
But-
it's heat.
So why does it have a defibrillator?
In case
for
the
the-
fireman dies of a heart attack.
But how?
In case the fireman
But
dies
it's
of a heart
skin tight.
So,
Whatever.
how does
Anyway.
being skin tight change anything?
It's like it takes wires and like electricity and stuff,
Wires are skinny.
but defibrillators aren't.
It's on his chest. It's his insignia, right?
No, his insignia is something different. Oh, actually, is it? It might be. I forget. Anyway,
That is cool.
so
It might
let's
be.
let's move to the gas mask
Wait, why are we moving to the gas mask?
because it also has to do with this suit.
The
So-
Flash is powered by magic. Gas mask may not work for him while he's breathing.
If you recall, in the first episode, when Cisco makes the suit, he has a gas mask that goes with it.
Yeah.
And that's pretty fancy. And then the Flash runs into a sandstorm and immediately throws off his gas mask.
Because he can't breathe with it on. It's a
That's
stuffy
it filters
gas mask.
out the sand.
He didn't have a problem with the sand.
Did you do the 22?
But he should have.
Just no.
If he opens his mouth at all, the sand should be shooting up his
His
nose.
lungs
He
are
should
made
be
out of
dead.
magic. His everything is made out of magic. He's a magical person. He's
And
breathing
then
his magic.
He doesn't even get it after though. He just leaves this expensive piece of technology in the dirt
It's
in
not
some
important.
branch.
He
And then
just killed a guy.
later-
and it was awesome.
Later,
He probably doesn't
he
care
fights
about
a person made of gas.
Okay. Gas masks work because the gas that gas masks work against aren't sentient. Sentient gas goes through gas masks. It's not even an opinion.
Yes, it is.
Gas masks have very thin, fragile filters. If it is sentient and it knows what it wants, it would go through a gas mask. At that point, it's more important to have mobility and stuff than to breathe through a gas mask.
It's not like it takes away his mobility.
Yeah,
It's so
It's harder to breathe through a gas mask than it is to breathe without a gas mask. And the
Whatever.
Flash is like a track star. He's like the entire track team at once.
also. Okay, fine. We'll agree that sentient gas, I guess, can go through gas masks
Yeah.
for whatever reason. There's a swarm of mechanical bees
The
that goes
bees go
into
through
his mouth.
suit.
Like, it
Didn't
come
they
out of his
stab him in
mouth.
the suit?
It comes out of his mouth.
What?
There's
Wait.
bees in his mouth.
There's bees in his mouth?
There's bees in his mouth.
There's bees in his mouth?
I think so. At least since I wrote bees under gas mask, I'm assuming.
I always thought they went through his suit.
I think they're in his mouth.
So we have no idea what happened there, so we're just gonna go
I'm not
past
sure.
that.
Okay. So, other tech. He doesn't use any weapons or anything. That
He
would be
doesn't.
incredibly helpful.
Do you know what's
Like, they come
human beings' greatest weapon?
His fists, his thumbs, his
Opposable
opposable thumbs. Okay. But no.
He's a thinker
So-
and a fighter.
So, okay. So he has... Do you remember when they're fighting Captain Cold and Heatwave?
Mhm.
They make a shield that
Yeah.
blocks all of the heat and cold powers.
Aerodynamics.
He doesn't have to run fast if he just runs up to him in a straight line.
Aerodynamics.
He could just have a pistol and it would solve all of his problems.
Maybe the Speed Force wouldn't like him if he used other weapons.
The magic would say no.
Don't even... No, that's probably true.
And then, okay, so they have this freeze gun exists, and he's fighting. He's fighting the Reverse Flash. You could just get the freeze gun to slow down the Reverse Flash.
No, okay, he can beat the freeze gun, and the Reverse Flash is faster than him.
Maybe.
Yeah, but at least would slow him down so we could catch up.
No, what I'm saying is he wouldn't be able to hit the Reverse Flash with the freeze gun.
Well, no, because Captain Cold hits him with the freeze gun,
Like once, and then in the end he stopped hitting him at all because the Flash was too fast for him.
and then in a
The
different
Flash-
time they also hit him with
The
the freeze
Flash
gun.
learned how to avoid the freeze gun, and the Flash is like half as fast as Reverse Flash. Except at the end where he's like magic.
I thought Reverse Flash was really fast.
He
Talk
is.
louder
That's what
if
we're
you want the
saying.
microphone to hear.
I thought Reverse Flash was really fast.
And there you hear, Betsy thinks that the Reverse Flash is very fast.
Okay, so yeah, or we could have like a taser or something.
No.
Things would be so helpful.
Speed Force.
Okay.
Speed Force.
Okay, what did we skip? Oh,
we skipped Harrison.
We skipped.
We skipped the relationship.
We skipped the relationship
Yeah,
nonsense.
relationships is just writing and bad writing and or good writing, depending on whether or not you like it. We're not getting into this
Yes,
because
we
it's
are.
relationship stuff. And
Okay, so Iris and him. I'm just gonna do this very quickly. Pointless love triangle. She goes with Eddie, so she doesn't want to talk to him or whatever, and then she totally hits on the Flash like every single time.
That's because.
And then she totally hits on Oliver like every single time.
Okay, Oliver's on her list, so that's
It's the
okay.
stupidest
It's
thing
weird,
ever.
but it's okay.
Apparently, it's okay.
Flash may also be on her list. We're not sure, but he is magic.
I noticed you're falling back to the he is magic excuse a lot.
It's a great excuse because he's made out of magic.
Anyway,
Yeah, so
so
now that I
Harrison
see
Wells / the Reverse Flash.
that- Okay, he is good at hiding a secret identity.
He walks around in his
How long does
house.
it take you to finish
What?
the sentence?
In
Like,
Because
his
he
house.
likes
walks
walking around.
His roof is made of glass.
Nobody knows where his house is.
But the person who tries
Really?
to kill him.
well, I mean, were you
Except
on
for
and
that
off?
person. But he was like a genius.
Once.
He probably nobody would be able to figure out where his house
Oh
is.
no, because it's
Also,
recorded.
he's
Because
got super speed and his walls aren't made out of glass.
that's true.
So we're good. I don't even think he has windows because he's got a giant skylight.
Oh wait, okay. So just regarding him really fast, the battery and his wheelchair powers up his Speed Force.
I have no idea.
Is that how that works?
No idea. He's got a kind of like a sketchy speed force.
Because it didn't work as soon as he came way back in time and killed Harrison Wells.
So my guess is that it's an artificial speed force that's in his suit.
No, because like I think he stores it up or something.
He might be able to store it up.
I think he's able to store it because he may just generate like a little Speed Force, so just be able to tap into it a little bit, and he stores it up in a battery.
Can Superman store up the yellow sun?
This is how much I've done.
That would be really smart. I think he just
I
hasn't
think
thought
it's
of
like
that. Maybe
one
like
for
solar
that.
panels.
Superman isn't that smart.
Superman's not that smart.
Superman's an idiot.
Yeah.
So we just jumped to Superman.
Anyway, so going back, so his super secret wall door.
Yeah.
He had that when there was a whole bunch of people in
It's
that building,
not
right?
his super secret wall door, it's Barry Allen's, because apparently in the future he's some sort of scientist.
And he invents. Oh yeah, because
And he-
when he's like 120 years old or whatever, he invents an artificial
He
intelligence.
super speeded his brain, he super speed read a bunch of super speed books, and learned to super speed invent a super speed computer.
But yeah, okay. So Barry Allen lives so long. How far in the
Doesn't he
future
die in
did
2040?
no? Because
Has to be
he's
tied,
alive because he's a rival with the Reverse Flash.
Yeah, my guess is he goes forward in the future.
You get this.
That would make sense. Because he goes forward. How does he invent artificial intelligence before them?
What do you mean?
If he goes into the future, how does he invent artificial intelligence?
I'm going to say magic. And I'm going to say it repeatedly. What does it say? 2024.
Okay.
Okay, so he doesn't live for insanely long.
So we're assuming he teleports into the future. How does the Reverse Flash get his powers?
I don't know. Let's start on
These are bullshit sentences.
maybe,
Don't laugh at me.
maybe he's descended also from Barry Allen.
Is that genetic?
Yeah, his son's got, or his nephew, Wally West has it. His grandson,
Comic
Bart
book,
Allen,
though,
has it.
not in the...
Yeah, but I mean, it hasn't actually gone away from the comic book.
That's true.
Except for plot lines
Okay,
and stuff.
I guess it can be
and
genetic.
the Weather Wizard is magic instead of being science anymore.
Yeah.
He used to have like a weather wand, and he would
See,
go
I want to copy
bippity
it, but
boppity boop. and
But
then
now in
weather
this, the
wouldn't
weather
care.
wand sucks up his weather powers.
It does.
And then they just leave it there. Let's talk about that.
Let's not talk about that.
They fight the weather wizard
I
in the
had
police
to,
station, and they have this weather wand that it just like takes his power
I
away.
forgot that entire episode, so I'm going to wave it away with. He's made
Yes,
out of
shot at
magic.
it.
I have an alternative topic. I bet even the weather wizard could not create a Sharknado.
I bet he probably couldn't.
No,
Anyway.
he just has to create a tornado over sharks. It goes out into the ocean. We know he can create a tornado. He creates a tornado. Sharks get sucked into the tornado. Boom. Checkmate. Where's your god now?
Anyway,
That's
so they have a
right, he's in
weather
the
wand
tornado.
that stops the weather wizard when he's in the police building. The weather wizard gets away out of the police station with all the cops without any powers.
But how many
And then-
sharks need to be in the tornado for it to be considered a Sharknado?
That's an
4.
interesting...
Four.
4 sharks. We haven't answered. It's an interesting scientific dilemma. Anyway, so, has the weather wand, doesn't use it. He goes after the weather wizard when he's creating a tsunami. He could have just brought that and stopped it like that.
No. The tsunami was way too powerful. The weather wizard probably couldn't even stop the tsunami. That
But
was
he
a
could have
big
at least
tsunami.
made it like a
He
whole
beat the
lot
tsunami
smaller.
by running fast enough to go backwards in time. That still may or may not have beaten the tsunami. And he went fast enough to, again, go backwards in time. That's pretty fast. He went backwards in time because he's so fast.
Okay, so... Oh, let's talk about his face vibration.
He vibrates his face.
He vibrates his face so people can't see his face.
Iris loves it.
And he doesn't use it all the time.
Mhm.
It is terrible.
So?
He looks... Okay, there's a time where he looks at Iris
Yeah,
without
it's probably
having
hard to
his face
see when his
vibration on.
face is vibrating.
But it wasn't vibrating.
It's,
He looked-
it's probably hard to see when his face is vibrating.
That's true.
Because his face is vibrating.
And he looks at his dad without it, too.
His real dad or his fake dad?
His real dad. Yeah,
He doesn't
so
care
he
if
just
he's-
doesn't...
He
uses
doesn't
it
care if his dad
inconsistently.
knows. His dad's in
He
prison.
does, because he tries to lie about it with his dad.
Oh.
Like,
Like, what's his
multiple
dad
times.
gonna say?
His
Like,
dad finds out eventually.
his dad's gonna
but,
say,
like,
"Oh, my son, he killed my mother, or he killed his mother in the future."
I guess, maybe.
So-
I actually don't
That
know.
would be the dumbest thing.
That would be the dumbest thing.
I don't know why he cares if his dad knows.
Also, that mirror thing, and they made 3D photographs.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that. except for one thing, Cisco Ramon in the comic books is a superhero known as Vibe, and he's got some sort of Speed Force power. So little tiny science time travel that he subconsciously did on a mirror. And like Harrison Wells couldn't be there and be like, Cisco, your science is done because he wasn't there. You know who was there? Mr. West, Detective West. What's his name? Does he even have a first name?
I don't know.
He doesn't have a first name.
Probably.
That's what
I
we
think it starts
should
with...
have been
it's
talking.
Joe?
I don't know.
I feel like it's Joe.
But the point is, like nobody would be able to say, "Hey, Ramon, your science is done," because he just did it himself.
Also, good thing that mirror didn't get scratched or, like, thrown away.
It probably got scratched, and he just did time travel magic to it.
Anyway.
Because Cisco. And remember in the episode where Ramon kept his memories from when Wells killed him in the future?
Yeah.
That wasn't actually the future.
So time travel
He
nonsense.
can resist Speed Force things
Oh, that's...
because he's magic.
How does that have to do with
Magic.
the mirror? Okay, whatever.
No, because he's tapped into the Speed Force. And so my guess is he can sense Speed Force anomalies
Well, no, he didn't sense it. He saw it, looked at the mirror. He found a spot of blood on
and
the
reveal
wall
them to
that
other
nobody
people.
decided to clean up.
It was behind the wallpaper. They cleaned it up with wallpaper.
But
Is
they
it
never
co-
cleaned...
It's not
How long
kosher.
do you
It
think
is
it
not
took them
kosher.
to put that wallpaper
It is not up
on?
to code, but they cleaned it up with wallpaper. It's probably really hard to get blood out of a wall.
Like, can
I've never
imagine that
tried.
conversation with the contractor. So you have some blood spots on your wall. We're just gonna put some wallpaper over that.
Yeah, that sounds like it makes sense. The point I'm trying to say is Cisco Ramon is magic. He is
Basically.
speed magic, and that makes everything okay.
Okay, so secret identity. He's really bad at keeping his secret identity. A lot of the times, he's just standing next to someone in the middle of the street.
Who
He
knows?
runs super fast. What if
going-
someone was looking vaguely in that direction?
Wait, then are you ready?
Then
for
they're
part
going
two?
to they're going to think that they hadn't seen that guy, and they just thought they did.
No, but then he comes back, and they're
Oh,
like,
he looks
what?
good.
Besides, he's a random white. He's a 20-year-old white kid wearing like regular
I was thinking
clothes.
very highly of him.
But and then as soon as
20-year-old
people start seeing that, A, nobody talks about it. B, a superhero starts
But he's
appearing
also
that can
hard
run
to
really
do.
fast.
Again, 20-year-old white guy wearing regular
Huh?
clothes. What are
And,
they gonna
like,
do? They're gonna take all
He
the
banks on the
20
fact
Oh,
that
these
nobody
youngsters
he's
cool.
talking to turns around, and all of the time where he runs there and back really fast.
20-year-old white guy wearing lots of wearing regular
Like, he's talking
clothes.
to Iris once, and she picks up the phone. Then he picks up the phone. He supersedes back, and she's still looking the other direction. What if he just glanced around her
He's
shoulder?
really fast.
But she was later in the conversation. It took him an amount of time.
My guess is he can predict Iris's movements because he's psychic because of the Speed Force,
Speed Force magic.
or because he grew up with her and like you can predict people's movements if you do that,
But
or-
still.
or Speed Force magic because I love that.
Also, this show doesn't know how cameras work.
Speed Force magic. What? What happens with the cameras?
Do you know cameras have like shutter speed time?
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of times. There's like 2 times that I can think of off the top of my head right now. It's been a while since I've seen this. Once when he's with Felicity,
Yeah.
and he super speeds up a building, takes a picture, super speeds back down in like half a second.
Well, my guess is, doesn't he like go and he takes a picture of himself, right?
He takes a picture. No, he takes a picture of her from the top of the building.
Well, he goes back up. He goes up, stops for a minute, takes the picture, and then goes back down.
But it's like you can see
Wait,
it,
no.
and it's like
We all know that he can Speed Force his clothes.
no, he
to
can't.
move
It
with
just
him.
moves with him because magic.
Maybe
He can. No.
Because,
No,
I think it's
no.
because it's fireproof, so it doesn't.
He
I
can
don't know.
type really fast.
Yes, but shutter speed is like an amount of time.
Maybe he super speeded his like clothes to make the blur while he went up and took the thing and went back into his clothes to make it look all seamless.
That is an interesting theory.
So he was streaking up the building. Yes. He was flashing.
It's a special kind of great. It all makes sense. Okay, no, but then he takes a picture with like Cisco and whatever
My
her face
guess is
is.
he took a picture using the fast shutter speed flash.
It's still like an amount of time. He
Yeah.
takes a picture and is still in the picture.
Yeah, so
How does that happen?
he takes a picture and is still in the picture.
Yeah, he runs, clicks, runs back, and he's in the picture. Does he just leave the camera floating in the air? Because he doesn't run back to get it. So you don't hear it hit the ground.
They hit the ground. Cameras are pretty sturdy.
Maybe
But you don't hear it hit the ground.
maybe he did run back. It's just the cameras they were filming it with didn't catch that.
That's actually not bad. I'm gonna keep that.
It doesn't know how cameras work. Okay,
Well, it
so
obviously doesn't, because Cisco Ramon made a hologram
that's
out of a piece of mirror.
okay.
So there's a little bit of inconsistency right there.
On how cameras work.
But I mean, they're not like, it's not like they work with cameras, film people. Like, that's just not right.
That's no cameras in their life.
Yeah.
Anyway, so his secret
Oh no, they
identity.
don't work with picture cameras, they work with video cameras.
That's true. That is a little bit different, I think. I
Video
don't know how
cameras don't have
work.
shutter speeds. Do they have shutter speeds?
Actually, no, because it's frames per second, right? So it just shutter speeds really fast.
Yeah, so maybe that's what Flash did. And he just timed it perfectly because he can magic.
Super speed, okay.
He can
So,
super
anyway.
speed his brain too.
He can super speed his ears so that he hears better.
So, his secret identity.
Okay.
Oh yeah, why does he lock up Captain Cold? He locks up the Sonic guy who knows his secret identity.
Because
Captain Cold learns his
came
secret
to an
identity and
agreement.
they could have just locked him up.
We came to an agreement. His agreement was, you don't tell anybody my secret identity and I won't, murder you. It was a pretty good agreement. It's in the episode where he threatens to murder Captain Gold.
Anyway, so he tells all of his friends about him being the Flash, right? And everyone else knows that his friends know the Flash.
Yeah, because
And nobody puts that together.
the Flash came from Star Labs. That's what they know. They know that Barry's working at Star Labs. They know that the Flash works at Star Labs. Nobody's accusing Cisco of being the Flash. Or Caitlin. I mean, the Flash's got a feminine face. He's got a feminine body.
Okay.
Or Harrison Wells.
In the show, does Barry know the Flash?
He has
No,
he doesn't.
he pretends to. Everyone he knows the Flash, but he pretends to not know the Flash.
Then why doesn't he go along with it to
I don't know.
blend
He's
in with his
stupid.
coworkers?
My guess is that he pretends that he goes to Star Labs every week for a checkup or something. For his lightning psychosis, which gives him abs.
And it gives him abs, and it makes him say crazy things sometimes.
And it gives him abs.
They made BS Science in the show.
They made BS Science in the BS Science show.
Yeah.
But his lightning gives him abs
Also, okay,
because he was doing a lot of crunches when he was
if
invisible.
lightning bolts come off of him, right, when he's running, regarders of whether
Not
or not
lightning
he's
bolts,
wearing his
static
costume,
friction.
but it looks like lightning bolts, like in there, like
No,
electricity
static
and stuff.
friction. Static. He's moving real fast.
And you can see, like, red or yellow stuff
Lightning.
behind him.
It's
But
electricity.
the reverse flash, it's red. Why is that?
Because he's going faster and or slower. Doppler effect.
Well, then shouldn't it look more red or blue?
Depending on...
It
No,
changes
shouldn't
from
it
yellow
depend
to
on
red.
how fast they're going, then?
Oh.
Isn't red faster?
I think it's just that.
Wait,
No, because
where's blue?
when
on
he
the
runs
spectrum?
really
It's
fast,
like-
it doesn't
Blue's on
change
one
it.
side, red's on the
yeah,
other.
I'm stupid.
Or violet's on one side, red's on the other.
Violet's red, yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
But Doppler effect and magic.
Also, when the reverse flash is in the future, we're assuming he gets his powers when the flash is there, or like after the flash is there, right?
No, we're just assuming that they're rivals. In the...
But why does he make his costume exactly like the Flash?
Because he's
Also,
the reverse
how
Flash.
does he get a hold of a fireman uniform
He doesn't.
made like hundreds of years
He
prior?
doesn't.
He goes really fast.
No, he
That's
just
an
he-
answer.
He doesn't get. It's not a fireman's. His isn't a fireman's uniform. His is just a classic superhero outfit, supervillain
That
outfit.
looks. Oh, so is it based off Barry
It's based
Allen's,
off of
which
the
is a
Flash.
fireman's uniform?
That's my guess.
Okay.
And besides, it's not like the firemen in the future use that because everybody's going to think, oh, these firemen think that they're the Flash. They probably use like super suits now, and they look like Iron Man or DC Iron Man. Dude, they use Atom suits. Who wouldn't use an Atom suit?
Oh, let's talk about
No,
other
it's not on your
superheroes.
list. I can't fight that.
So,
We're 47 minutes in, Danny.
no, we're gonna talk about this one thing.
For like,
A bunch of
A
other
million
people
minutes.
just kind of appear sometimes.
yeah, and that's
Like when he
awesome.
fights the reverse flash at the end, Arrow's there
Yeah,
and Firestorm is there.
yeah. Well, Firestorm makes sense because Firestorm's one of the
Yeah.
mutes. Muties.
Adam doesn't come back and he's there like
Because
2
Adam,
episodes before.
Adam is an Arrow side character. Arrow's the Arrow main character, so it makes sense that he goes. But Adam's an Arrow.
But like storyline wise,
Storyline wise, he could have been busy, or he could have just thought he had no chance against a super speed villain. Like, what's he gonna do against super speed? What can he do?
shrink really small, trip them.
He doesn't know he can shrink yet. He shrinks in the Arrow finale, which I'm
Is that
pretty sure.
before or after the Flash finale though?
I don't know.
So is this good for the people who don't know who
Which is you.
Adam is, which is me?
He can
Is he
shrink.
basically
He's
Hank
basically
Pym?
worse Iron. No, he's basically
shrinking-
worse Iron
he's,
Man.
he is pretty. He's like what's his name? He's like Obadiah Stane in the first one. He's got kind of a janky Iron Man suit. Also, it's not as armored.
It's
like,
not
at
as
all.
big. It's like if you've seen Iron Man.
It's just a janky Iron Man suit.
like the original Mark 1 for Tony Stark.
Not the Mark One.
No, it like
It's a
doesn't
lot
cover his
smaller.
entire body.
It's
It's like
It's like he's
a
got-
skeleton of an armor around him.
Like
It's
like
like-
he's like you're playing one of the old.
I don't know,
new
look it
Call
up.
of
I'll
Duty
maybe
games.
link
he's
it.
got repulsors, but he doesn't have armor. He's just got like repulsors on his hands and his feet and his back, I think.
I don't know. Anyway,
And he-
I'll link a
So he
picture
has jetpacks
or something, or look it up.
And
Just
he
look
can
up
shoot people.
Arrow
with the repulsors.
Adam,
with said jetpacks.
and he can shrink at the very end,
At the
which
very,
is what he's
very
actually
end.
supposed to do. Okay, so
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's after, because on the second to last episode of Arrow, Flash calls Arrow and asks him for a favor. Maybe the third to last. Or something like that. But the
we
thing
never talked about. Okay, we never talked about a couple of these things. We're starting to talk about his room. So was the room there, Harrison Wells' secret room, when there was a whole bunch of employees in that company?
yes.
So what if someone dragged their hand across the wall and accidentally opened a super door?
My guess is it worked because it
Danny.
was Barry Allen.
But yeah, so someone can
My
just drag
guess,
their hands across
my
the
guess
wall.
is since Barry Allen was such a good scientist and invented an AI, whatever, the secret room hand door is controlled by that AI, and
That doesn't make any sense. It's like someone from the 18th century coming and inventing like computers.
no, Allen obviously went to the future to invent the AI.
Yeah, but it's like someone from the 18th century coming and inventing a supercomputer.
It's like Vandal Savage from the 18th century going to the future to invent supercomputers.
To what extent can he speed up his brain?
Also,
A
he's never
million.
really shown to be super smart.
That's
No, that's just a number I'm throwing that out
really
there.
fast.
He has been shown, however, to increase his perception of time, which means you can assume that he can think while doing that because he was when he got shot.
That's true. He could just learn a lot of things very quickly.
Yeah, and he can think about a lot of things really fast. So yeah, he can be super smart. He's got increased processing time. That can't hurt. That can never hurt. To get bored.
I see.
Anyway,
Anyway, so I guess hopefully the second season will answer a lot of these nonsense
What?
questions.
Or he's made out of magic.
And that's the answer to everything.
He's made out of magic. One time he went back in time and changed everything, and then he went back in time again and changed everything mostly back. He's made out of magic and he just does stuff. He goes around and he does stuff. That's like his thing. He's the guy who goes around and does stuff.
Dang, we almost made it to an hour. About
You
arrow
want to
rants.
stall for 8 minutes?
Yeah,
Oh, wait,
do-
no.
wait, we have
You
another
don't have-
topic.
You don't have arrow rants. No, we're not starting anything new.
No,
We're-
wait, no.
We're not starting anything.
Let me pull out my topic list. Did I cover all of those arrow rants?
No, you got science.
Ping
Oh,
pong.
you got containment cells.
ping pong.
Oh yeah, okay.
How do the containment cells work?
Oh yeah, so containment cells. I meant, how do they work, and how do they bring food and water into the containment cells
that's
without
how they
letting
work?
people out?
You mean not even like how do
No.
they stop the power people from
No, because
power?
they have like some super electricity or something. But it doesn't stop them from power. It's just strong enough to not let them out. And teleporter lady
Yeah,
has a two-way
That's dumb.
or a one-way mirror. But it's like it's airtight.
You know what? I hated
It
teleporter
doesn't
ladies
make
arc.
any sense.
It was a bad arc.
Yeah.
Or a bad story. That's not even an arc. It was like one episode. That was a bad episode. She messed up. She's got to carry around a flashlight and she's good. She'd go for gold. Everything else is dumb.
Okay, but no, like, so gas person. How do they get oxygen in and out of his room?
Why do they need to?
Because he's gonna suffocate.
No, he's not. He's made out of gas.
This doesn't mean he doesn't need to breathe.
It might.
He breathes hard at some point when he's exerting himself.
when he's not made out of gas.
But he's not made out of gas most of the time he's in there.
He's not made out of the gas most of the time when he's not made out of gas.
Yeah, he should
Wait,
should
so-
die because there's no oxygen left, because there's no way to get it in and out without him just being able to fly out. Alternatively,
oxygen should be a lot.
does his face have to stay looking like his face in order to move places?
What
No.
if they have?
Yeah, then that doesn't make any sense.
What if they have an oxygen container between the outside world and the tank? So they pour in the oxygen, and
Like
And
an
then they close
airlock.
it.
like an airlock, exactly.
And then he goes inside the airlock and suffocates.
Right,
That would make
that didn't
sense.
work.
No, it's because he's made out of gas and he doesn't need to breathe.
What about, how do they give food to him?
Made out of gas, he doesn't need to eat. He's
What about
made out of gas.
teleporter lady? How do they give food to her?
Why can't they just give food to her in the dark?
Yeah, that makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
She has to have line of sight to teleport. So, I mean, like, they just give food to her in the dark.
I see.
Doesn't seem that...
What are some other things? What other powers do random nonsense people have?
Rainbow Raider!
Oh, yeah. Do they kill him?
No. All they do is they lock him up. Like, he can still see people, Rainbow Raider. Because his eyes were
They
glowing.
probably have a one-way mirror there, too.
No. Oh, yeah, maybe.
Oh, yeah, and then all the villains get away at the end.
Most of them
you
get
guys got in trouble.
A couple guys die.
So let's talk about Darth Vader, because I just thought of something.
You,
And we
does
have
it- does it
5
have
more
to do
minutes to
with, Does it have
fill.
to do with Arrow
Not really.
or Flash?
Not
If you have
really.
anything about Arrow, because we've been talking about the Flash a lot. We've been talking about Arrow.
Should we do Arrow a different day?
No, we should do Arrow right now. Cause
In these 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Arrow, interesting show.
Hey,
It's hit and
Raven,
miss a lot.
You know that thing, bro?
Flashbacks are stupid.
I love
USB, like,
Deathstroke.
fucked up or something.
Deathstroke is great.
Like, the
Like
inputs.
the
Slave
first
Wilson
guy.
is the
Who's the
greatest.
first guy? Who's the first enemy?
I don't even know how.
That's a good question.
Oh my god, who's the
You
first
asked me this before, and I
Oh.
didn't remember that either.
Christ. Second. Oh, Malcolm Merlin.
Oh, yeah, okay.
How do we?
I don't know.
That's bad.
Yeah, and then he doesn't die after he gets stabbed through the heart with
But-
an arrow.
Deathstroke. He was an amazing villain.
Yep.
A, he had nothing to do with the League of Assassins. There was too much League of Assassins in Arrow. They want League of Assassins, they gotta use Batman. You
Yeah.
just got to.
Also, they call it the League of Assassins instead of the League of Shadows.
League of Shadows was only the Dark Knight.
Was it?
Yeah.
I love that name.
I'm pretty sure the League of Assassins is the actual film.
I think probably.
But the important part is there was way too much League of Assassins for Arrow. Like, it's not supposed to be...
I haven't seen the 3rd season because you told me it was not great.
Well, it was pretty good. I mean, it was okay. It was bad. it's mostly League of Assassins. The League of Assassins is mostly called League of Assassins until it's not. But yeah, in Arrow, there was too much League of Assassins. Hey, Johnny,
Yes.
you watched Arrow.
I watched most of Arrow.
When
Did you watch
stop?
the third season?
I didn't watch all of the third season.
Did-
I know the general gist of what happened.
Didn't you
so-
think there was too much League of Assassins?
Way too much.
You know the fourth season, the villain? He's going to be the League of Assassins guy. Or former League of Assassins guy. Or something.
Malcolm Merlin?
No, Ra's al Ghul's, former buddy turned rival.
Malcolm Merlin?
Not Bane.
Maybe Bane.
Because
Malcolm Merlin?
the
Not
Dark Knight
Malcolm
Rises, Dark Knight trilogy isn't canon in this universe.
Nope.
Oh.
Because Batman,
Probably.
it's not canon.
Or probably not, is what I meant to say.
Because in one of them, Ra's al Ghul
2
is
minutes,
Liam
almost.
Neeson, and in the other one, Ra's al Ghul is not Liam Neeson.
Liam
so
Neeson's
probably
great.
they're different Ra's al Ghuls.
What if he got really, really bad surgery?
I'm stopping this at exactly 2 minutes, or
Also,
an hour.
Nissa versus Talia.
Which one's
Well,
this?
Nissa is an Arrow. She's the heir to the demon. Blah blah blah.
And Talia is in Dark Knight.
Oh, I don't think Talia actually
they
knew how to do anything.
coexist in separate or in the same universe.
I think Russell Ghul has 3
obviously,
daughters.
in one of them, they live in a cave, and in the other one, they live at the top of the mountain in a temple. Explain
In
that.
one of
away.
them, Russell Ghul tosses his daughter down a
They
pit.
didn't like caves anymore.
Well, the
I mean, they
cave
didn't like
has
temples
the
anymore.
magic pit.
I'm cutting you off in
Okay.
exactly an hour.
The Lazarus pit.
The magic pit.
Lazarus.
The magic pit.
Whatever.
It's a magic pit, and it's full of healing. magic.
Maybe they didn't have it back when they were up in the mountains.
No,
Dark
no, because
Batman Begins.
Russell
in
Ghul
Batman
is
Begins,
super
Ra's al
old.
Ghul dies.
No. Oh,
So
no, he
that-
doesn't.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, yeah, he does.
well, okay.
That's meant
How,
at the beginning.
explain
No,
how
he knows
this
exactly
magic pit works then.
You
It's
put
the
people
Lazarus
in it,
pit.
and they come back to life.
Okay, so
And
I
they
think
look
the
exactly
Joker's
the same.
origin
at
is
the
supposed to be
end
connected
of
to that.
Batman Begins, Ra's al Ghul dies. Okay,
In
he's-
a
he's
flaming
on the
train
train.
wreck,
Okay,
which
but
explodes.
the last shot of Ra's al Ghul we see is his face as the train is going off that little cliff thing, or as it's going
His
off
body,
the tracks. Into
what
the
Jonathan is
construction
saying is
building
his
thing.
body could survive and therefore be placed in the Lazarus pit.
He's saying
And
that his
then,
body could have
for some
survived
reason,
an
his
exploding
face
train
was
crash.
melted
No,
weird,
I'm
and
saying
it changed to whoever
theoretically,
else was the arrow out there.
Hypothetically, he might, since he's this ninja awesome guy that trained Batman.
You're getting cut off
He
in 30
could've-
seconds.
Jumped off or jumped through the window where we can't see him in the shot and survived. Maybe.
Is there
He
an
might have
exact
died,
number
his
on this,
body-
or am I have to totally guesstimate?
Maybe.
That's terrible. That's bad.
This might be a minute and 1 second. I
No.
apologize.
He teleported.
He does have teleporting powers, yes.
You have
He
10 seconds.
obviously has teleporting powers.
One of his
thinking
minions could have
third
brought him back.
body
Not all the
double.
League of Shadows died.
That's
There's
safe.
like 7 body
Yeah.
doubles. Screw this, we're doing it live.
That's not how live works.
Well, I mean, it's kind of live if we're not going to, edit anything.
It's kind of live. We're not editing anything.
We've edited a couple things.
I edited things in the main one, but this one I'm not going to edit for exact
Dude,
timeness.
they don't even know that
purposes.
there's a main one.
Yeah, they do. This is at the end.
Yeah, but they don't know that we didn't just, cut stuff out.
It'll sound, because I cut off the other one, super out of nowhere,
Oh,
because
yeah.
I was trying to get exactly an hour. By the way, everyone listening, if you ever start a podcast and try and make your episode exactly an hour, you cut things out at editing, and it makes it less than an hour.
Unless you don't want to cut anything out
Unless
because
you
you're
don't
doing
cut
it live
anything
and
out.
you don't care that, you're just talking randomly about your little sister and somebody else's little sister in the middle of the thing.
Yeah, I cut that out.
Yeah, that makes sense. So the point
Anyway,
is,
thanks for listening to us ramble about the Flash for almost an hour.
if you want to do that again, then you might
Comment.
be able to.
Comment underneath this video and
Subscribe.
yeah, comment
was
what
so
you
kinda
want the
bad
next
when I
topic
say
to
that.
be. Oh, subscribe. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I feel like that's subscribe. We're not forcing you to subscribe, but that'd be pretty cool.
I mean, like everybody on YouTube knows how to subscribe. So when I say
I-
subscribe, then I'm
I
like,
believe in
know
your
what I mean?
technical knowledge to click the button that says subscribe. Also, the thumbs up button, because that one's pretty cool too.
and if you want to just watch this from 8 or 9 different computers so that we get inflated views, I'd be cool with that.
I may also be okay with that.
Main point is, if you want us to ramble on about something else, comment below.
Or if you don't want to comment for whatever reason, you can email us at thethingwiththestuffpodcast@gmail.com
Because we have that, and it's
because we
amazing.
have that and it's amazing.
And
Yeah. So, email us about random nonsense if you want. I don't really care. I'll get back to you unless there's literally a million people email us.
And we get instant internet fame,
which would be pretty cool.
nice.
Also, share this with literally everyone you know.
Again,
Go
I
into
feel
your
bad.
grandma's house, bring it to your grandma's house. She'll enjoy it, I swear. It'll be great times. We just went over, we're going to be more than an hour now, and I feel sad.
Unless we cut stuff from
I'll
the
cut
start.
something from the start. Subscribe.